Andrew Urquhart with you in these weeks before Christmas. Lots of good stuff happening. For example, on Thursday night, I'm going to be on the back of a truck, probably dressed as a shepherd, because the wise men, they get snapped up pretty quick. But we'll have a PA system. We'll be pumping out some Christmas songs. We'll be trying to inflict some Jesus on our little community. And I know there's a lot of other churches and community groups doing similar things around the motu. Joining me on the program now from morethanmusicmentor.com, Grant Norsworthy. Grant, kia ora. Thanks for joining us today.
Kia ora, Andrew. Thanks for having me. Good to be talking to you again.
It's similar for your situation as well. You've kind of got, hey, that thing that we do in church where we sing songs, let's inflict this on our community. A bit of that happening?
Quite a bit of that. Yeah, I'm in Upper Moutere, actually, which is somewhere between Nelson and Motueka.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of Christmas events. We here, and I say we, thinking of the combined churches, I guess, all the different flavors and styles of churches, we realize that Christmas time is a great chance for us to remind our community, not in a sort of judgy way, not in a religious way, but just to draw the connection between this wonderful family time of gift giving and receiving and Christmas with Jesus, the Christ.
Yeah.
For some reason, it seems like at Christmas time, we can draw that parallel or that connection between what's happening in the general community with Jesus more clearly. And people love it. They seem to be totally okay with it, more than they are perhaps other times of the year.
People are expecting a bit of Jesus in their Christmas celebrations, not just Santa, which is, I mean, hey, that's a good thing. But one of the, I suppose, the questions that we need to ask if we're certainly taking a musical performance publicly, some of the same questions that we're asking within our congregation. You were talking a couple of weeks back about, having a goal, having an objective in what you're hoping to achieve. What's the objective, for example, for what you're doing in Upper Moutere?
Well, it's actually really quite similar. There's a few different events happening for me. And in fact, your call and my chance to chat with you, which I'm very pleased to do, actually interrupted me choosing songs and lyrics for the different events that I'm working on. So it's a welcome break. But one of the couple of things I'm involved with is actually a street parade in the little township of Motueka.
Okay.
And it's beautiful because the city, like the council, have asked the combined Christian churches to form a little choir of carolers. And we're going to start the parade. And Santa's at the back. But we get to be the start of the parade.
Oh, good.
So we're not really going to be able to hand out lyric sheets to the hundreds of people that are going to line the streets of Motueka, maybe thousands.
Yeah.
So we're choosing just a couple of songs that we can sing that are really joyful, up-tempo. We're going to sing Go Tell It on a Mountain and Oh, Come, Let Us Adore Him.
Yeah.
And just so we're just saying, hey, we are the believers in Jesus, and thank you for letting us head this parade. And here's a couple of songs that you'll recognize. But on the 15th of December, Sunday night coming up, we're having a combined community Christmas party. Mm-hmm. And we've actually partnered up with Newdorf Vineyard, a wonderful vineyard around here. And we're going to get probably 300-400 people come along and sit on the grass with their picnic blankets and bring their picnic dinner. But we are going to hand out lyric sheets to them for our 10 or so Christmas carols.
Okay.
And really invite them to sing. So my goal in that situation will be that they will sing these songs, whether they're part of the Christian church or not, whether they believe in Jesus as the Christ as we do or not, we're going to invite them to sing these songs. And we believe that singing these songs will help them, connect the dots that, Jesus is the reason for the season.
I mean, song choice is so important in these situations. You're wanting to have songs that people are vaguely familiar with. Like you say, lyric sheets are a great backup because they know the general. They'll sing louder in the chorus than they will in the verses. That's a given, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But how picky do we get on the lyrics for this one? Because I was having a conversation recently with saying, hey, we're doing a public performance of carols, but we're wanting to change out some of the lyrics. We're wanting to include some more inclusive language, so we'll change mankind to something which is a little bit more universal. And that line about not shunning the virgin's womb, that just throws up too many questions for a family gathering. Can we change?
Difficult, isn't it?
Can we change that one a little bit without getting into a theological debate? I mean, these are the sort of things you're wrestling with at the moment, Grant.
Absolutely, it is. And I've actually found that my mind and my desire to sing certain lyrics has changed over the years. So we've got to, it doesn't really matter what we mean when we sing these songs. It matters how it's heard. So how is it heard to, Joe Blow plumber who came along to a Christmas carols event? to his wife, to his kids. So yeah, I'm looking through, I'm trying to make some of these old, beautiful carols just a little bit more inclusive. We're not going to be singing too much about wombs and virgins. We're not going to be singing too much about men. We're going to try and make it more about all of us,
With
but
that,
without getting stupid about it. We're just going to try and relax some of those tensions.
where do you draw the line? Now, different churches, different traditions will have different thoughts on this. But in an event like this, do you just do Jesus songs? Do you just do, you know what, we're going to sing songs about nativity and incarnation and the manger and all that type of stuff? Santa's not going to get a look in because that's not what we're singing about. He's at the end of the parade. Would you include more broad Christmas themes or just the Jesus part of the story? What's your thoughts?
Well, and I'm speaking on behalf of me and my church community, and it might be different for different churches, and I respect their positions on that. But we include a little bit of difference. We're going to sing Feliz Navidad.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas. We're even going to do, there's a Kiwi version of the On the First Day of Christmas. I don't know if you heard that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got 5 big fat pigs. It's going to be fun, So we're going to sing a few songs that are not really directly with Jesus, but I think that the words are one thing, but I'm hoping that people who aren't of Christian faith, and it's not strictly a proselytizing opportunity.
Yeah.
It's just an opportunity to be with people. God loves us all equally. At least I like to think so. And so, someone who's not part of my church family, if they're at the carols, I'm not going to be trying to go, great, now they've got to leave knowing that Jesus is Lord. I'm not thinking that way. It's just like, let's have fun. Let's show that we're human. But hopefully they taste a little bit of the joy that we attribute to the Holy Spirit in our lives. I don't think it needs to be, this is our chance to make sure they leave corrected about Christmas. I'm not going to be trying to do that.
Some guy with a bullhorn and everyone hands out tracts.
Songs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's going to be some fun songs as well. But hopefully it's like, hey, we're a church community. We believe that Jesus is the Christ, and this is what we're on about. But we're here to love you and serve you and give you a great chance to have a safe, family-friendly Christmas celebration that's free. And you might have to buy a couple of bottles of wine if you want to have that. Yep. And I will be. I enjoy a glass of wine.
You're in a vineyard after all,
Christmas.
Right, Grant. So,
right.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so don't bring your own alcohol. Come along and buy a couple of bottles of wine so that the vineyard's happy that we chose their venue again. And it's a partnership with the community. It's not a chance to proselytize.
And also, I think a way of being able to demonstrate what it means to celebrate Christmas as a faith community, not necessarily as an infomercial for your church and a sign-up sheet.
No, none of that. None of that.
Yeah, exactly.
But, we have a nativity that we're building that we're going to put on we wanted to have it on the grass by last Monday, we wanted to, but yesterday, but we missed, and we'll have it there soon. And we're going to invite people to come to our Christmas Eve service and our Christmas morning service, where it might be a bit more directly about Jesus the Christ.
Yep.
But hey, the 15th of December, the Sunday night at the Vineyard, it's a celebration, really.
Yeah.
And, but I've got to say, I lived in America for 17 years, and it's winter in America at Christmas time. And we used to be able to get a little bunch of people to go around from door to door, and in the cold of winter, snow on the ground, knock on a door that had a wreath on it, and sing a carol or two and move on.
I mean, that's,
and there's something beautiful about that.
That is another option, perhaps even for, churches that don't have the capacity to rent a vineyard. Is to do something which is a little bit more like, hey, let's pick a charity, let's learn some songs, let's find a street corner, let's do some good old-fashioned Christmas busking, make it clear that we're raising funds for City Mission or Salvation Army or whatever charity you want to pick. That would be a great option to communicate faith to the community and also raise funds for a good cause, right?
Absolutely. And we actually, even in the heat of summer, like 8:30, 9 p.m., the sun is still blazing here in New Zealand, even as we lead up to Christmas. So you can still go door to door and say, hey, we're from that church down the road there somewhere, and we just wanted to sing you a Christmas carol just to be part of the season and move on. And it's a great way to meet people and just make people at least aware there is a community of people who aren't extremely weird. Weird enough to do caroling from door to door, but not so weird that you'd never want to meet them.
A little bit weird. Now, hey, just wanting to reinforce, and Grant, thank you so much for what you do and for taking the time to share that with us over these last few weeks. If people listening into this saying, you know what, we'd love to be able to do that, but hey, maybe we need a little bit more work. Maybe we need a little bit of guidance, a little bit of mentoring in this space. Morethanmusicmentor.com is your website. It is the ministry that you offer to people. They can find out more. I imagine you're all booked between now and Christmas, but lots of opportunities in the new year.
Yeah, it's a pretty busy time for any of us who are involved in music in the Christian church. Leading up to Christmas is a busy time, but we love it. We dust off those songs, we polish them up, and we use them again. And listeners, music is a gift from God. It's this amazing gift that helps us connect with him more deeply, but also with our community, within our church family and beyond. So let's use it to his glory and the way it was intended.
Grant, thanks again. A Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Bye for now.
Hey, thanks very much for joining us in the Rhema studio. Thanks very much for watching the interview. It's kind of nice to have an audience, actually. And if you did like what you watched, then do give us a like, do give us the thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more interviews like that one, or perhaps even better, subscribe and those interviews will come straight to you. Don't forget to turn on your notifications, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.